This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Friday, March 9th, 2018. The title of this rant is Weakness Personified, the President to Meet the North Korean Leader. Now, in diplomacy, it always has to be a win-win situation. And especially because of North Korea, you should never, ever meet with an inferior, meaning North Korea, without knowing ahead of time exactly what you're going to get back. So if you have the United States making an agreement with Russia or China or France or anyone else, Egypt, whatever, there's diplomacy for months, if not years. It is settled by the time the two leaders meet. They do the happy talk, they sign it, but all that stuff has been decided ahead of time because it always has to be a win-win situation. Now, for the North Koreans, what do they get out of it? Well, for 30 or 40 years or more, they are looking to be treated as an equal by the leader of the free world on the world stage. And of course, we're talking about the most backward country in the whole world looking for this equal status, which is basically being run by a crime family for the last 70 years, and they've been absolutely ruthless in keeping their power. But right now, what does the United States get out of this? Well, they say there's going to be a denuclearization. Well, how long will that take? And remember, they're also saying, oh, well, the sanctions have worked. Well, maybe they have worked. But you don't do anything unless you get sincere concessions from the North Koreans. And when it comes to denuclearization, that means there has to be feet on the ground in North Korea. That means there needs to be unfettered access. That means stuff has to be proven. And of course, this happened twice before in the Clinton and in the Bush administration, where we gave some concessions after they did some shit, and then they just backed off and walked away. And now we have basically an unfit president who's an amateur diplomat thinking that he can go on this and wing it by himself. Now, I will say two things about this quickly. I mean, this just shows, again, that this is a very weak president, that he would even consider doing anything like this for the North Koreans. Now, the timing of this couldn't have been any perfect because Stormy Daniels was starting to take a little bit of center stage. But I also want to point out that, the Russians have a lot to do with the North Koreans. They have helped them a great deal in their nuclear program. And the Russians have wanted to have a gas pipeline through North Korea into South Korea for some time. Remember, gas prices and oil prices have been way down from a couple years ago, about 40% down. Russia is a petro state. They need the cash. But also, they need to cash their chips in now because the Russians know what Mueller is doing. They know how methodically he's going on. They know what goods they have on Trump, and they know how soon it may be before all of this gets exposed, and they need to cash in what they have on him right now. Remember, the North Koreans appealed to his vanity to try and meet with him. So we have weakness on the president. We have the North Koreans looking to get something with nothing in return so far. And we have the Russians who are looking to get something because they might not have an opportunity to get it later on. This is not how you do diplomacy.